Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Just a quick update about the Solana chart, what's going on here, because Solana is just struggling again to break into the yellow target area here. So what I think we did here and what we are doing here, we are coming down in an ABC correction in which we are currently in the C wave consisting of the wave 5 here, or wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in blue. And the thing is, we don't know at the moment if the wave 5 is still coming or if this here was the wave 5 already. Yeah, you need 5 waves typically to complete a wave C. And currently, if I had to give you a primary expectation, my primary expectation would be that we're coming down once more, at least to $82. That is the previous low. But more ideally here to the $55 level. That would be, pretty much a 50% sell-off, but that is also in the direction of what I do expect for Bitcoin. We're obviously still in the descending channel here, so there is no confirmed uptrend, no confirmed breakout yet. We are still in the descending channel. You can see it here in white. Also the 50-day moving average here in orange that is coming down is also providing resistance there, or it will do. We had just briefly a few weeks ago, we had here the death cross as well. I don't normally pay too much attention to it, but it's still worth mentioning. Also the chart is looking fairly weak. Yeah, so it has lost quite a lot in value, Solana, but that is nothing that surprised us because we have talked about these levels back in November. So that all worked out well, hopefully saved some people from investing too early. I personally think the current levels are attractive for dollar cost averaging in. I mean, we've got $100 Solana, something that back in November nobody expected. Obviously, we had the target area already on the chart, but also I believed back then that before reaching this area, we would see around an area around the $300 mark. Now, we didn't get that far, but then obviously adjusted it here, the scenario, and it was all good. But back then, it looked like we were going to see slightly higher levels. But anyway, now we came into this target area and it is looking a bit like that the low could be in. And I say that because, we have come into this target area and this was always the area where we are turning around with the highest probability. And also you're seeing now a higher low. So it's looking possible. But bear in mind, you did the same here. You had a higher low as well before you then turned around and moved further down. And exactly that is what I'm actually looking for. We could see further downside potential from here because the price is already struggling to push back into the yellow target area, this wave 4 target area. We could technically still be in that wave 4, or we could have already started the wave 5. Could we already have completed that correction at all? Yeah, I just said the low could be in. I think the probability for that is not too high. And the reason for that is just looking at how weak that move up was, even weaker here than the wave 2. That basically confirms that we might still be in that wave 4 because wave 4 is normally less strong than wave 2. And also just looking at, where the price actually, when we came into that red target area, it's not like that we turned around at a key Fibonacci level. No, the Fibonacci levels are here, $55 and $100, not 81. Yeah, so it basically turned around in the middle of nowhere. And also this just tells me that, there was a technical support. It's not like, you had it here, that previous high, but it's not a key Fibonacci level. I'm looking for a price target of a Fibonacci level where we see the turnaround. And because we already came below the $100 level, which was the 0.618 Fib level, I would expect that we come down lower to the 0.786 once more. Yeah. Of course, there is more scope here for further upside. Maybe even we break the descending trend line. But even then, this is nothing where I would be confident we're building a new all-time high on. So for me, primarily, we still go down, but the possibility exists. We need to acknowledge it, that the low could already be in. Therefore, I think personally for me, a strategy of starting the dollar cost average in now for a longer term to take then profits in the next longer term wave up that would take us to, I believe, around $600, $650, I will then take profits somewhere in that region. So I think the potential is there. It might just be that everybody who is going in now needs just to understand that I personally expect another sell-off, but it doesn't have to happen. Yeah, so it's a real difficult situation at the moment, because the low could already be in. Yeah, had we not reached the target area yet, yeah, so if for example I had my target area somewhere down here, yeah, and the fib levels would be down here, I would say, right, with a very high probability we're coming down lower. But because we already reached the target area, the low could already be in. But I would still give it a 70% that we could come down lower, and a 30% that the low is already in. Yeah. So it leans much more towards, yes, we are going down lower once more. This is also confirmed by, for example, here the weekly chart, where we are still in the bearish range, don't really make a big move up. Yeah, so there is further downside potential on the weekly RSI. The weekly MACD also just recently had a bearish sell signal. We moved below the 0 line on the weekly MACD, which is quite meaningful actually. And also the 4-day chart, the MACD doesn't look convincing yet. The RSI also in the bearish range, so that the indicators aren't really turning around yet. Here as well on the daily, also in the bearish range. I mean, we're trying to push higher here, but also just made a lower high on the RSI. So yeah, not too convincing. Yes, you're bullish on the 4-hour, but that is not too meaningful. That's more short term. So for me, this also looks a bit like a head and shoulders that could be forming here. Yeah, so I don't really want to forget about that. So I've got a head and shoulders here that could be forming. We've got a key support sitting at $90, where you could, if you break $90 to the downside, next support would be 81, and then you could get all the way down to 55. To the upside, key resistance here at $107. If you break that, 121. If you break that, well, yeah, if you break that, I think we could get all the way up to $142, $143. That would all still be in the range of the wave 4. So we could even move up, as I said, to $143. It would still be here in the yellow target area for the wave 4. So by no means the wave 4 needs to be complete. Yeah, please understand that. So it's a very, very uncertain situation at the moment. Very close to the completion of the correction, I think, if not already completed. But primarily, I think we're coming down once more. That's currently my view on Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. Then you can get access to the Telegram live chat group, a really positive community, the Discord server with a lot of additional content, and also a weekly live stream, all depending on the kind of membership option you go for. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.